In a bustling street of Alexandria, Egypt, a little puppy named Sawyer fought for his life against the unforgiving world. It was a typical evening when a local advocate received a distressing call about a small, helpless creature in desperate need. This call would set wheels in motion for an incredible journey of survival and compassion. Sawyer had suffered a fate no living being should endure. He had been run over not once but twice by two different cars. The impact left his tiny body shattered and broken, and his pain was unimaginable. What's worse, after the heartless drivers left him for dead, he was left alone on the cold street, vulnerable and scared. At the fateful night, the call reached the Stray Dog Support Inc., an organization dedicated to rescuing and caring for animals in dire need. The news of Sawyer's condition was both heart-wrenching and infuriating. The founder of the organization, overwhelmed by the sight of such suffering, immediately took action. Even though she was attending a work function dinner, her dedication to the cause knew no bounds. Stepping away from the event to address this emergency, she made the crucial decision to rescue Sawyer. A car was dispatched promptly to pick up the injured puppy, who was then rushed to the nearest hospital. Upon arrival at the hospital, it was evident just how dire Sawyer's condition was. He was in excruciating pain, and his body bore the scars of his traumatic ordeal. X-rays revealed that both of his front limbs were fractured, a type of injury that results from high-energy trauma, such as being struck by a car. In addition to his broken bones, Sawyer was suffering from mange and dehydration. The medical team worked tirelessly to provide him with the care he so desperately needed. They administered painkillers, intravenous fluids, and a variety of treatments to address his injuries. They cleaned and dressed his wounds, applied supportive bandages, and took all measures to prevent infection and encourage tissue healing. Sawyer's journey to recovery was far from over. The vets couldn't predict what surgeries might be necessary, as they needed to observe how he responded to treatment. Despite the odds stacked against him, they were determined to save his legs, considering his youth and size. With a body weighing only 10 pounds, Sawyer faced an uphill battle. He was transferred to a medical boarding facility where he continued his healing process. The founder of the Stray Dog Support Inc. knew that helping animals like Sawyer was taking its toll, and she reached out to the community for support in covering the mounting medical bills and boarding costs. Over the course of the next few weeks, Sawyer's story took a turn for the better. His tiny frame began to mend, and the determination in his soulful eyes shone brightly. Day after day, he grew stronger, and his legs, which were once fragile and broken, started to show signs of healing. Weeks turned into months, and Sawyer's transformation was nothing short of miraculous. His body was no longer riddled with mange, and he had put on weight. He was dewormed, had completed his course of antibiotics, and was receiving immune boosters. The hope of amputation began to fade as he started walking on his hind legs. Sawyer's character began to shine through as he became confident, playful, and affectionate. He had the zest for life that was simply infectious. The team had cared for him at the medical boarding facility led by Dadeg Kamel. Unwavering support witnessed his remarkable recovery. 6 months later, Sawyer was unrecognizable from the fragile puppy found on the streets of Alexandria. Healthy, strong, and full of life, he could run and play with other dogs. He had become a beacon of hope and resilience, a testament to the power of love and care. As Sawyer approached nearly 2 years of age, he was fully vaccinated, neutered, and ready for a loving family to call his own. His favorite things included belly rubs and chew toys, and he was eager to make a lifelong friend out of anyone who earned his trust. The heartwarming journey of survival and recovery proved that with compassion, dedication, and community support, Even the most vulnerable creatures can overcome the harshest of circumstances. Sawyer, with his sorrowful eyes and indomitable spirit, had transformed into a shining star ready to light up the life of a fortunate family.